Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is my video about my time in China, and this is my second time filming it. So yeah, the first time I literally spoke for half an hour, was not recording. The second time I recorded it, my face was too close, but I'm gonna post that. This is just an intro I'm doing again because yeah, I'm not gonna talk for literally 2 hours about my time in China. But yeah, I'm kind of upset because now I have to talk for another like 20 minutes, and I'm a little bit upset because, you know, I feel like an idiot. Anyways, hi guys, I'm back after like a year or two, lol. I'm so sorry I never vlogged in China. I actually do have a few videos, but I never post them. But my clickbait was country blocked my YouTube channel, and China didn't necessarily block my YouTube channel, it blocked YouTube in general. So China has a firewall. Also, I don't know if these terms are correct, I'm just saying them. They have a firewall. So basically people can only see and hear what the Chinese government wants them to see. Social media pages, they have like their own versions of everything there. Like the app that's widely used, it's called WeChat. It's like the Chinese version of WhatsApp. It's called WeChat. But yeah, everything's blocked. Like so in order to use social media, like I was using Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, etc. Basically, like, instead of telling the Chinese government or pinpointing your signal, excuse me, saying like this person in China, like if you change your location to Sweden, the whole point of a VPN is to not say you're in China. If you put you're in Sweden, they'll think you're in Sweden, so you'll be able to use all the apps because like Instagram, Snapchat, la la la, aren't blocked in Sweden, so you'll be able to use them. So I could connect to any server, I could connect to Los Angeles, blah 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 blah. So anyways, yeah, I had to use a VPN, and it was just gonna make it so much more complicated to vlog, stuff like that. And upload videos would take twice as fast, like twice as long. I mean, like it was too much. And also, I was like just enjoying my time, and was like, you know what, like I don't know, I'll make my YouTube channel again some other time. I'm really sorry. Maybe I can make a slideshow of pictures. I don't know. You guys can comment down below if you have any questions about my year in China, and I'll answer them. Maybe I'll do a Q&A about China. Like, put questions down below, and I'll do that. But let's talk about my time in China. So, let's start about when I started learning Chinese. So, I go to Brooks School, which is 30 minutes like north of Boston. I did not want to take Spanish at Brooks School. Like, the summer before freshman year, I studied Spanish. Like, I read Spanish, I wrote Spanish. I was like, Mom, teach me more stuff so I make sure like I don't place into Spanish because I don't want to take Spanish. And the reason is because I want to study international relations or public policy, and eventually want to get a law degree. So I figured if I could already communicate with like I googled this in the last video, and according to Google, 438 million people speak Spanish in the world fluently, like they're native speakers, and 1.3 billion people live in China. That's a Chinese population who speak Chinese. So I was like, whoa, like I can communicate with so many more people now if I learn Chinese. Like now I can communicate with so many people. Like and English is like the business language. Like that's how people communicate. Like governments, everything communicates in English, and I'm interested in government, that kind of stuff. So I was like, whoa, like I can communicate with so many people now. And my group leader even told me, he's like, wait, like my group leader from Mexico, the program I was CIE, Guanajuato in Mexico, he was like, do you realize you can communicate with like a third of the world maybe? Like, I don't know if that's accurate, but I was like, you're right. Like, I speak Chinese, Spanish, and English. And like, that's the whole point why I wanted to learn Chinese. So I'm really happy I chose to go study abroad for a year in China, because I wouldn't have learned this much Chinese if I stayed at Brooks junior year. Like, at times I did miss home. I didn't see my family for 9 months. Like the day I came back from the airport, like they had posters, balloons, flowers. They were crying. I was crying. They made me tamales for dinner. I got home. There was like, the house was like spotless. They made me tamales. On the driveway they put balloons and flowers and like a sign that said welcome home. I was really happy. I hadn't seen them for 9 months, so it was hard sometimes. But like when I first got to China the first day, like I was like, bro, how am I gonna do this? The teacher that picked us up from the airport was talking in Chinese, and I was like, slow down, English por favor, like I cannot understand. The kids who were there understood because all the kids that were on the bus that time placed in Chinese 3 or 4, they spoke it more, knew more, whatever. I didn't. I obviously could understand somewhat. I understood what my Chinese teacher says at Brooks, but she talks slower, stuff like that, you know, she's accommodating for American students, you know, people who don't speak Chinese. And it was really hard for me to have that. And I literally wanted to cry. I was like, oh my god, how am I going to survive the next 9 months? How am I going to make it with the host? Am I ever going to pick up Chinese? And I think everyone who studies abroad has that first because of the language barrier. But you pick up words you pick up things so fast, like it's unbelievable. Like you don't even realize what you learn, what you pick up. I was always embarrassed to speak, though. I never spoke even with my Chinese friends from Brooks because my school has a lot of international kids. Some of my best friends are Chinese. Like I didn't want to speak to them in Chinese, and they were always like, practice, you'll get better. And I was like, no, like I was 0% confident in my Chinese speaking skills. And that really was a problem when I got to China, because I knew the vocab. I could tell them stuff. I can tell them words, but I couldn't make sentences. I was too embarrassed. But eventually I got over that. And I was in the Chinese 2 class, and I ended up being like one of the top students. My teacher said I was the best in the Chinese 2 class. I begged to differ. There were kids that were better, but I worked really hard. I was pretty good. I got a 5 on the AP exam, the Chinese AP exam. I did really well in the class. My grade was good. I ended with like a 98 in that class, which is like phenomenal. I worked really hard. I learned a lot of Chinese culture. My host family helped me a lot. The people I met in China, like the friends I made too, like it was amazing. It was like the best experience ever. And like, but from the first day, like my host family spoke English. I'll show you photos of them. So my first day, this is me making dumplings with them. That's my host dad and my host sister. I hope you can see. Yeah, I suck at making dumplings the first day. I barely learned at the end of the year. Like they were like, you have to learn. Like you can't go to America without making dumplings. So I learned. But my host family was really nice and supportive. I'll show you more pictures of them as we continue on with the video. But yeah, like it was. My host dad is an engineer. He speaks like English like basically fluently. He's actually in Houston right now for his company that he works for. It's a petroleum company. He's there right now in business. My host mom and host sister are actually coming to visit me tomorrow. They're staying with us for a few days, for like 3 days. We're going to Disneyland, the beach, a lot of cool places with them. They're staying with us for a few days. And I just love them so much, and like the fact that they came to visit me means so much. And like they cried the last day, like I left. We had a graduation party the night before we left, and they cried. Sorry, I'm looking at my phone for the picture. That's my host family. That's my host dad, my nai, which is what you call your grandmother from your dad's side. That's me. That's my host sister. My host mother, and that's my host sister. She was 10. She's 11 now. Her name's Panjimo, but I called her Mei Mei, which means little sister in Chinese. I love them a lot. I can't believe they're coming to stay with me. I'm so excited to see them. But they really helped me a lot with my Chinese. Like, they were so patient with me. Like, even at the end of the year, like, although my Chinese was so much better, like, even at times there were words I couldn't say, and they were so patient with me. Although I spoke to my host dad mostly in English because I barely spoke to him since he was coming home from work late and he always had business trips. Even like my relationship was so good with all of them. My host mother and I would talk every day after dinner and watch TV. Like for my birthday, like she let me invite my friends. Like she cried when I was leaving. When I was homesick, I cried with her. Like she held me. Like she was a beautiful woman. I love her so much. My host dad was so nice and funny. I love my host sister. My host grandmother was the best. I'm so excited to see my host sister because like she's an only child and she really wanted to have an older sister, and it was really like the connection I made with her. And like I spoke English to her like a lot because I wanted her to practice, but she would help me with Chinese. I'd help her with English. The relationship I made with all of them was really cool. We went out to a lot of places. They took me to parks. They bought me food I liked. They made food I liked. They showed me a lot of cool places, and I really miss them. If it weren't for them, I wouldn't have learned a lot either. But yeah, I really liked my experience there. I traveled a lot. So China has 34 provinces. I went to 8 of them. I went to Hong Kong, Shanghai by myself. I went to Hong Kong alone. I went to Shanghai alone. Not like alone, but like without teachers, like independent travel with friends. So I went to Hong Kong for 10 days. No, for 5 days with 2 classmates, and then 10 days I stayed with my friend Doris. So Doris, if you're watching this, I love you. I miss Hong Kong. Okay, that was really awkward, but I love you. I went to Shanghai with my friend Grace, Lindsay, 2 Graces and Lindsay. We went to Shanghai. That was really cool. We went to Harbin, Heilongjiang. That's a province name. Harbin is the world's biggest ice festival. Heilongjiang, I don't even know if I'm saying that. Cannot say it right. It's literally Manchuria, close to Russia. Yeah, it's like all Russian, whatever. It was really cool to go. Freezing ice cold, like literally negative 30 degrees. Freezing ice cold. If you literally took off your gloves, your finger would like fall off. So yeah, that was really cool. I went to Yunnan. I went to Shanxi. I went to Gansu. Gansu was the coolest. I literally have Tibetan like monk friends who are Tibetan monks, like Tibetan Buddhism, like, you know, monks that are my friends. I still talk to them. I teach one English. Like, he's my friend. We FaceTime. I gave him the name Henry. Yeah, lol, I love him. So yeah, China was so cool, guys. If you guys have questions, like I said, leave them down below and I'll answer them. I'll do like a Q&A, but this is just like a video again because I didn't vlog. I'm sorry. So yeah, I guess I can give you a day in my life kind of thing, right? So like what I did in a day. So I would wake up, sorry, I need to check my phone really quick. So I would wake up around 7 because school was at 8. I'd throw on my pajamas, I throw on my xiaofu, my school uniform. So it was like a tracksuit t-shirt thing. I'd put that on. I'd go to the bathroom, wash my face, brush my teeth. Excuse me. Wash my face, brush my teeth. Have breakfast with my host family. Be done eating breakfast by 7:30. Side note, I recommend this water bottle. My mom calls it nalgas, but it's a brand Nalgene. I don't know if that's the correct word to say. If you speak Spanish, you know what nalgas means. This is 32 ounces. I literally drink like 6 to 10 of these a day. I might die, but hydrate or dehydrate. So yeah, I love to stay hydrated. Anyways, back to talking about my day. So I'd leave my house around 7:30, 7:35ish. I'd walk to school, which was like 15 minutes away. Usually on the way to school, I'd stop and buy like a snack for school and like some a drink, like tea, whatever. I'd climb up the horrible 6 flights of stairs to the School Year Abroad SYA floor. So let me explain this. So it was 32 American students. We all lived around the school. Some of us walked, some of us had to commute, bus, subway, etc., whatever. Why did I say etc.? They could only bus or subway or bike. So yeah, anyways, so we went to a Chinese high school, and we didn't have classes with Chinese kids. The Chinese kids had classes from on the floors 1 to 5. We had classes on the 6th floor, and we could join clubs with the Chinese kids. Like, there were clubs we could join with them, and we could be part of their clubs, but we didn't have classes with them. But anyways, we had American teachers who taught math, English, science, and history in English. We'd go to the Santang. I can never pronounce that san, like the C. I can't. The Santang, and we did, like with the Chinese kids, we could talk to them there, but we kind of never did. We could talk to the Chinese kids if we wanted to, but we'd eat what they ate. So like there was white rice, tofu, meats, all that kind of stuff. I usually went to the gym after school. At least at the beginning of the year I did, and then I got a job teaching English, so that's a different story. Let's get into that a little bit later. Yeah, welcome back to my channel, and thanks for watching, and I hope you subscribe. And if you're my friend, then you can, you know who I am. But if you're new to my channel, you're just interested in my time in China and like a 17-year-old in China, like, please subscribe. And I'm gonna do more videos. I'm gonna do more videos about my life, fitness, do Q&As, anything. So yeah, just like and subscribe, guys. Thanks. Baby, now my body's in Texas.